Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to walk through the renovation updates from day 0 to day 100. You'll be able to see what's been completed so far and what's still pending. I'll share with you the mock design plans, and if you stay with us to the end, we'll go through the total cost so far for the build. My name is Sammy, and welcome to my homestead. I'm a corporate girl from the city turned country bumpkin overnight. Okay, maybe not overnight and maybe not country bumpkin just yet, but mentally and physically, I left the city and everything that came with it. I moved to a small secluded neighborhood almost 200 miles away. Why, you ask? Well, that's for another video. But what I can tell you is that I hit major burnout and decided it was time to leave it all behind. I made a drastic change to save my life. So I hung up my stilettos and made my plan to start living a self-sustaining life in the woods by the water. And by the grace of God, here I am. When I bought this land, I was fortunate to have a cottage already built on the property. It was a 3-season log cabin with an extension and an attic acting as a loft that was 5 feet high. So I decided to expand the attic into a full second floor with a higher ceiling. The cottage is sitting on 4 acres, nestled on a riverfront that connects 2 lakes. It's only a 2-minute boat ride away, and it allows me to have phenomenal privacy while having access to the 2 beautiful lakes. The foundation that had a bonus crawl space were both in impeccably great shape, so I thought it was best to utilize the existing footprint as much as possible. The crawl space, which I will show you later in the video, was not insulated. The house did not have water, plumbing, or heating, but was connected to the power company and had electricity powering the whole cottage. The log cabin. This log cabin is beautiful. When I arrived here for the first time with my agent, I fell in love with the land immediately. Then I saw the log cabin in person, and the pictures did not do it justice at all. I mean, this property was built 20 plus years ago with reclaimed logs from an 18th century barn. The previous owners had built it themselves, the quality was exquisite, and the attention to detail and quality work was not lost. I was adamant that this structure would stay whole as much as possible as part of the design. Before we look at the interior updates, let's walk through the design plan to kind of explain what you're going to be looking at. The left side is the log cabin and the right side is the extension. You can see that a door is separating the 2 spaces. The first floor of the log cabin is really simple. It was a dining and kitchen area open to the veranda above. The extension, on the other hand, had 2 small rooms and another small room for a future bathroom. The main entrance was located here, right beside the staircase to the 2nd floor. And everything was just crammed into one small 300 square foot space. With keeping the existing footprint, I decided to make 2 large areas, family room in the log cabin and expanded kitchen with eating area in the extension. We also moved the main entrance to the family room and made a side entrance through the kitchen. It was a good opportunity to move the staircase as well. Here on the 2nd floor, the original plan was nice and simple but had many challenges. There was a beautiful open loft on the 2nd floor of the log cabin, which was great to help circulate the heat from a wood-burning stove downstairs. However, the separation with the doors closing the spaces in did not help. There was also floor leveling issues in regards to where the staircase was located. To help with these issues, by relocating the staircase, it allowed more room to build a full staircase. I decided to close the open loft and add a bathroom and a laundry room. The rest of the 2nd floor was dedicated to the bedroom and a walk-in closet. And now that you know what the overall design changes are, let's move on to the rest of the updates. As I mentioned earlier, we relocated the front door to the family room and moved the staircase to the center of the cottage. We also removed this wall with a door that was a huge separator for the two areas. And wow, after just a couple of days leading up to the end of the week, this place looked unrecognizable. These guys pretty much completed demo within the first 3 days. To give you more context on how I got started, the property is located in Southeast Ontario in the beautiful country of Canada. We started the build in the fall of 2024, hence all the leaves that you see here. This winter was really brutal. We had the most snow and cold temperatures recorded in a very long time. The guys worked through the weather as best they could. Before starting the demo, I wasn't quite set on documenting this journey just yet. A lot of the footage with the old layout are mainly pictures. I apologize, fam, but I hope you are able to see the old layout and all the little rooms. Like everything in Canada, the prices of supplies, labor, and resources are very expensive. And I picked a time where rebates and grants for renovations or new builds, they just didn't exist anymore. And they did before, but even for Go Green initiatives, including many self-sustaining options I had decided on, they didn't exist. I didn't care. I just wanted to move forward and begin this new journey. But I do highly recommend that you research what offerings are available in your city to take advantage of those rebates and grants. Now, since I got possession of the property so late in the year in 2023, winter was coming, so I decided to focus on starting my build in the spring of 2024. And as you can see, that did not pan out, and we ended up starting in October instead. I explained this a little bit more in my next build update, but after some careful considerations, including the harsh winter, we are targeting to move in June of 2025. Now, if I haven't made it clear, I am a newbie homesteader. Going into this, I had no experience with things that a homesteader should even know. I never had a green thumb. I am pretty handy, but I am no builder. So I decided to enlist the help of qualified professionals so that the house doesn't fall apart on me while I am fast asleep. I ended up renting a temporary property until my house is ready. So after moving and settling into this new city, the first thing I did was research and begin the process of finding a reputable contractor. So I checked out a few, some builders also, both local and large ones on the outskirts of the larger cities. The next step was to figure out all my requirements. I put my long wish list together, which included all my basics needs and extremely out there desires, also what solutions were out there to help fit all of it together. It's important to outline all your must-haves and nice-to-haves. All in all, the changes were pretty simple, but a lot of work. I had already decided on keeping the crawl space and the log cabin intact. All we needed to do is open up all the closed walls and extend to a full second floor with higher ceilings and a brand new roof. Even though I was located in a remote location, there were many contractors willing to build in my area. Out of all the quotes, references, and interviews, I ended up finding an excellent builder that was more local. And after peeking at their mission statement online, I discovered that they have similar objectives that were in line with some of my self-sustaining solutions that I wanted for my home. It was all a great fit. Now, if you're going to build in Southeast Ontario and would like their info, feel free to drop me a message and I can share their details with you, no problem. Anyways, they hooked me up with all their trades and vendors and assigned me a project manager. They are a builder, but they partnered with me to renovate this place as we pretty much needed to gut it from the foundation up. Together, we ventured to rebuild as designed and renovate the summer cottage into a self-sustaining 4-season home. And by extending to a full second floor, I gained some square footage, bringing the design to be approximately 1,000 square feet. The next step was to find an architect. And due to my limited budget, I chose to work with a building designer to draw up blueprints for my new home. And if things got complicated, I was willing to bring in an architect or an engineer as needed. Now, once I ironed out all the fine details with my builder and building designer, we finalized the blueprints and submitted all the plans and everything that was required to gain all the permits. Once the permits were approved, the contractor did not waste any time and got to demo immediately. And as you can see, everything started moving really fast. The next thing we had to do was to start ordering windows, external doors, lumber, and metal roof and siding. That put a huge dent in my costs right off the bat. And as I take you through this project, it will be evident that you will need a good amount of startup in your bank account to avoid delays. And fam, that takes us to day 100. Here's some of the work that was also done as part of the design. So, I guess there's some marks here as to where the septic is gonna go. Several areas they've already looked at. Three beds. More pain's going in. As promised, here's the cost breakdown of what I spent so far up to day 100. I've identified key categories to help summarize. All totals listed here are in Canadian dollars and before taxes. Now let's get to it. Demolition came in at $9,800. Garbage disposal, including having a bin on site, 24/7, came in at $4,500. Installation of the drilled well for unlimited water supply came in at $12,200. Septic system install came in at $32,000, and this solution was for a household of 6 to 8 people. Gas install and supply of 2 propane tanks came in at $800. Excavator costs came in at $8,600. The property is sitting on Canadian Shield, which means there's mostly natural stone, and in order to get septic, gas, and water lines to the house from a distance, some extensive trenching was completed. Exterior supplies are the windows, exterior doors, lumber, siding, and roofing materials. This came in at $72,600. Roof installation came in at $4,000. Design plans came in at $9,100, and all permit fees came in at $5,000. In order to keep all the trades and contractors working at the same rhythm, our builder provided us with a project manager. The total cost would all depend on the experience of the person you hire and the quality of work that you expect. Basically, you get what you pay for, and we paid $35,000. Framing and flashing came in at $31,400. We did need an engineer to inspect and advise on some structural concerns, and that came in at $1,500. We got half of the staircase design installed to get access to upstairs during the build, and so far initial cost was $6,000. HVAC costs were $3,700 so far. This was only a portion of the solutions, which includes the chimney and the chimney chute rough-ins for the new wood-burning stove. I asked for an extensive HVAC solution as backup solutions to the more self-sustaining options, including a new heat pump and also backup gas furnace. Not to mention all new essential air duct solutions, so this is just the start of the costs. And last but not least, the porta potty costs. So far, monthly costs to date were $1,400. All in all, the total to day 100 cost about $237,000. When speaking to any contractor or someone who has experienced a build before, almost 100% of the time, they are going to tell you they have gone over budget. And like I said earlier, include everything on your wish list, including your must-haves and nice-to-haves, so there are no surprises. It's important to include any structural changes you have in the future and all things of that nature, so that the builder can include any rough-ins or more cost-effective or more efficient solutions for the future. I included it all and then started eliminating things as I finalized a design to get to my final budget. Your contractor will not include other items in your quote that you may need to get started, like appliances or faucets and toilets. It's important to understand every line item on your project, and each project is different and each need is different. Well, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and get notified of the next video, as I will be going through another build update and the permit process and everything on my checklist. I had a lot of lessons learned, and if you think it could help you in any way, don't miss out and click on that subscribe button now. Fam, thanks for joining us today, and bye for now.